Have you ever experienced the sting of rejection? Maybe it was from a close friend, a romantic partner, or a professional opportunity you missed. Rejection has the power to make us feel small, unworthy, and sometimes even question our self-worth. But what if I told you that rejection, when seen through the lens of Stoic philosophy, could be a tool for personal growth, inner strength, and self-improvement? The ancient Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, offer timeless wisdom on how to navigate the emotional complexities of rejection. In this video, we'll explore 13 actionable steps inspired by Aurelius to help you rise above rejection and regain control of your emotions, self-worth, and destiny. These steps will empower you to turn rejection into a source of strength, resilience, and personal transformation. Let's dive into our first lesson, directly inspired by the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. 1. Redirect your focus. Ignore them. When someone rejects or ignores you, it's easy to feel like you've lost a battle, or worse, like you've lost something valuable. It can trigger a deep need to be accepted, leading us to wonder why someone pushed us away or didn't acknowledge our value. This kind of thinking can consume us. But Marcus Aurelius taught us to focus only on what we can control. We can't control how others treat us, but we can control our own reactions. When someone rejects you, your first instinct might be to chase them, to try to get them to see your worth. But instead, follow the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. If someone despises me, that is their problem. The moment you let go of needing their approval is the moment you take your power back. Instead of focusing on the rejection, redirect that energy into things that truly matter: your goals, your passions, and your growth. This doesn't mean becoming heartless or emotionally detached in an unhealthy way. It means simply acknowledging that others' opinions of you don't define who you are. Their rejection is not a reflection of your value, and you do not owe them your energy. Let go of their judgments and, as Aurelius would put it, move toward the good. You cannot control how others behave or what they think of you, but you can control your own focus and actions. Use this as a chance to recalibrate and invest time in things that make you stronger, happier, and more fulfilled. 2. Master emotional control. One of the greatest challenges after being rejected is the flood of emotions that follow: anger, sadness, frustration, and even self-doubt. It's natural to feel these things, but if you allow them to control your behavior, you give away your power. Reacting emotionally often leads to regrettable decisions. Marcus Aurelius believed that we should rule over our emotions rather than be ruled by them. He wrote, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength." Instead of reacting immediately when you feel rejected, take a step back. The Stoics taught that emotions are temporary and fleeting. Think of your initial emotional reaction as a passing storm. Don't build your house in the storm's path. Let it blow over, take a deep breath, and assess the situation rationally. Ask yourself, is this rejection as significant as I'm making it out to be? Will it matter a year from now? By managing your emotions, you show strength and resilience, and you avoid falling into the trap of impulsive reactions. The more calm and collected you remain in the face of rejection, the more control you'll have over the situation and your own mental state. 3. Shift your perspective. Remove them from your mind. It's natural to replay moments of rejection in your head, trying to figure out what went wrong or what you could have done differently. But this endless cycle of overthinking only harms you. Marcus Aurelius advised that we should remove unnecessary thoughts that do not serve us. The more space you give someone in your mind, especially someone who has rejected you, the more control they have over your emotions and your life. Stop giving them free rent in your head. By allowing them to dominate your thoughts, you're only feeding your own anxiety and disappointment. Instead, focus on your goals, your passions, and the things that make you feel empowered. Marcus Aurelius believed that our thoughts shape our reality. If you fill your mind with empowering, positive thoughts, you create a reality where rejection no longer holds the same weight over you. Practice mental discipline by consciously redirecting your thoughts every time you find yourself dwelling on rejection. Focus on things within your control, and gradually, you'll find that the person or situation that rejected you loses its hold on your mind. Show your strength through actions, not words. When we feel slighted or ignored, it's tempting to want to prove ourselves through words, whether it's explaining ourselves, defending our values, or trying to change someone's mind. But the Stoics remind us that actions speak louder than words. Rather than reacting emotionally or trying to convince someone of your worth, demonstrate it through what you do. Actions speak louder than words, and by focusing on excelling in your work, developing your skills, or contributing to your community, you demonstrate your value without the need for validation from others. Aurelius believed that our actions, not others' opinions, define who we are. So instead of seeking approval, simply keep doing what makes you feel proud of yourself. When you focus on becoming better, stronger, and more skilled, others will notice. But even more importantly, you'll notice your own growth, and that's the foundation of true confidence. Keep excelling in your work. Keep pursuing your passions. Keep growing and improving. Your actions will speak for themselves, and in the process, you'll not only prove your value to others, but more importantly, to yourself. 5. Guard your energy. Cut off contact. There's a certain dignity in walking away from a situation where you're not valued. Marcus Aurelius often spoke about the importance of surrounding ourselves with people who uplift and support us. If someone continually rejects you, treats you with disrespect, or makes you feel less than you are, it's time to cut off contact. One of the most crucial lessons in Stoicism is understanding where to place your attention and energy. If someone rejects or ignores you, it's easy to get caught up in overthinking, obsessing over what went wrong or what you could have done differently. But this drains your energy and prevents you from focusing on things that matter. Continuing to invest your time and energy into someone who doesn't see your worth is an injustice to yourself. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of guarding your inner peace. By cutting off contact, you create space for healthier, more fulfilling relationships. This doesn't mean you need to possess resentment or bitterness. In fact, the best way to move on is to do so with grace and inner peace. Cutting off contact doesn't just free you from their influence, it empowers you to take control of your emotional well-being. Distance yourself from those who diminish your value, and focus on building connections with those who uplift you. Think of your energy as a valuable resource. Instead of wasting it on people or situations that don't appreciate it, invest it in things and people that uplift you. Focus only on what's in our control. Your energy is yours to protect. Don't waste it on things that don't serve your growth. 6. Prove them wrong. There's no greater revenge against rejection than success. When someone doubts you, rejects you, or dismisses your worth, one of the most powerful things you can do is prove them wrong through your actions. Marcus Aurelius often reminded us that we should focus on our virtues and abilities, not on the opinions of others. Instead of letting rejection define you, use it as fuel for your ambitions. Channel that frustration, sadness, or anger into productive action. When someone tells you that you can't achieve something, work twice as hard to show them, and yourself, that you can. There's nothing more attractive than someone who knows their worth, regardless of external validation. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is self-sufficiency, finding strength and confidence within, rather than seeking it from outside sources. When faced with rejection, instead of spiraling into self-doubt, take it as a challenge to build your confidence from the inside out. Ask yourself, what are my strengths? What do I bring to the table? Write these things down if you have to. The more you focus on your inherent value, the less other people's opinions will shake your sense of self-worth. Every time you face rejection, see it as an opportunity to improve yourself, to become so undeniably great that even those who doubted you will have no choice but to acknowledge your success. 7. Let go of the need for approval. Go out and have fun. Stoicism doesn't mean living a life without pleasure or joy. In fact, one of the most important lessons Stoicism teaches is the importance of enjoying the present moment. regardless of external circumstances. After experiencing rejection, it's easy to retreat into isolation, but this is precisely the time when you should go out and enjoy life. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about the importance of appreciating the simple pleasures in life. Go out, meet new people, explore new hobbies, or simply enjoy a day in nature. Doing things that bring you joy will remind you that there's more to life than the opinions of others. Fun isn't just about distraction. It's about reclaiming your sense of joy and autonomy. When you're out having fun, the person who rejected you becomes an afterthought. You realize that life goes on, and you can create happiness for yourself, independent of anyone else's validation. We live in a world where seeking validation from others feels almost instinctive. Social media, for example, has trained us to look for likes, comments, and external signs of approval. But here's the hard truth. Relying on others for validation is a fragile foundation for self-esteem. Stoicism teaches us to detach from the need for approval. Your value doesn't fluctuate based on whether someone accepts or rejects you. We should be content with doing the right thing whether or not anyone notices. Focus on living in alignment with your values and let go of the desire for external validation. 8. Build your social status. Rejection often makes us feel insignificant or small, but it doesn't have to stay that way. One of the most empowering things you can do after rejection is to invest in building your social status and reputation. This doesn't mean trying to become popular for the sake of others' approval. Rather, it's about cultivating a sense of respect and admiration from others based on your own achievements, values, and character. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor, not because he sought power, but because he was respected for his wisdom, strength, and leadership. You don't need to rule an empire, but you can build your own social standing by being kind, generous, and skilled in whatever you do. As you build your social circle and reputation, you'll find that the rejection you once felt will fade into the background. The more you build yourself up, the less the opinions of those who rejected you will matter. Focus on becoming someone whose presence and actions inspire admiration, and soon, those who don't value you will become irrelevant. 9. Detach with compassion. Act as if they don't exist. Sometimes, after being rejected, we cling to the idea that the person who rejected us will change their mind or realize they made a mistake. This clinging can keep us trapped in a cycle of disappointment. Stoicism teaches us to detach, but to do so with compassion, not just for the other person, but for ourselves. This may sound harsh, but when someone rejects you or disrespects you, it's time to mentally remove them from your world. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If you allow yourself to think about the person who rejected you, you give them control over your emotional state. Detaching doesn't mean shutting down emotionally or pretending the rejection didn't hurt. It means recognizing that everyone, including the person who rejected you, is on their own path. Maybe their decision had little to do with you and more to do with their own struggles or circumstances. By detaching with compassion, you allow both them and yourself the space to move forward. When you treat someone as if they don't exist, you reclaim your emotional freedom. You refuse to allow their actions to dictate how you feel or how you see yourself. The next time their name pops into your mind, consciously choose to redirect your thoughts to something positive, inspiring, or engaging. By doing this consistently, you will gradually weaken their hold on your mind and strengthen your own sense of self-worth. 11. Stay true to your principles. Don't beg for attention. When we face rejection, it's tempting to change ourselves to fit into the mold of what we think others want and crave for attention. Whether it's altering our behavior to win someone's approval or compromising our values to fit in, this is a slippery slope. Stoicism reminds us that our principles and integrity are the foundation of a meaningful life. Begging for attention not only diminishes your self-worth, but also reinforces the idea that you need external validation to feel good about yourself. Instead of pleading for someone to recognize your worth, focus on self-affirmation. Remind yourself of your strengths, accomplishments, and the qualities that make you unique. By doing this, you build your internal sense of worth. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about staying true to our values, no matter what others think. Instead of changing who you are to avoid rejection, let rejection reinforce your commitment to living authentically. Stay grounded in your principles, and the right people and opportunities will gravitate toward you. Remember, true confidence comes from within, not from the opinions of others. The more you rely on external validation, the more vulnerable you become to rejection. Break this cycle by nurturing your own self-esteem, and you'll find that you no longer feel the need to beg for attention. 12th, be kind but emotionally distant. One of the most challenging aspects of dealing with rejection is the temptation to retaliate with negativity or resentment. However, Marcus Aurelius often emphasized the importance of maintaining your integrity and kindness, regardless of how others behave. Being kind doesn't mean you have to tolerate mistreatment. Instead, it means that you choose to rise above the situation with grace and dignity. When faced with rejection, you can still be kind while keeping your emotional distance. This means treating others with respect, but not allowing their actions to dictate your emotional state. By maintaining a level of emotional distance, you create a protective barrier against further hurt. This approach allows you to engage with others without becoming overly attached or vulnerable. Being kind, yet emotionally distant, empowers you to maintain your self-respect while navigating the complexities of social interactions. 13. Don't tell your struggle. Lastly, it's crucial to maintain a sense of dignity when dealing with rejection. Marcus Aurelius believed that we should carry ourselves with strength and grace regardless of our circumstances. Revealing too much about your struggles may lead to further judgment or pity from others. Instead, cultivate a sense of inner strength that comes from within. By keeping your struggles private, you maintain a level of mystery and resilience. This doesn't mean you shouldn't seek support from trusted friends or family, but be mindful of whom you confide in. Share your challenges with those who uplift you rather than those who may judge or invalidate your feelings. Your strength and resilience will shine through in your actions and attitude, allowing you to move beyond rejection and create a life that reflects your true value. Marcus Aurelius believed that everything in life happens for a reason, and that reason is often to help us grow. Each rejection is a chance to learn something new about yourself, your goals, or the world around you. Instead of fearing rejection, embrace it as a teacher that's guiding you toward becoming the best version of yourself. Conclusion: rejection is an inevitable part of life, but it doesn't have to define who you are or how you feel about yourself. By applying these Stoic lessons inspired by Marcus Aurelius, you can transform rejection into a guide for personal growth and empowerment. Remember, you have the power to control your thoughts, actions, and responses. Embrace rejection as an opportunity to build resilience, demonstrate your value, and cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself. As you pass through the complexities of life, let the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius guide you. Embrace these lessons and use them to shape your journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. And that's it for today. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with people whom you might think can benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. How have you overcome rejection in your own life? Let's engage in a meaningful conversation in the comments and support one another on this journey.